Hi, wow, Ellen McCauley in Syracuse, New York at Pray It Off. You know, I was just mentioning how we've been doing this for 4 weeks, and some people are taking some of the habits that they have and they're trying to redirect them. They're trying to change some lifelong habits. Other people are having some challenges with those habits. Tonight we're going to talk about change, and we're going to talk about habits, and we're going to talk about how we can have a cheat sheet for changing our habits. The first thing I want to talk about is change. And so often we think to ourselves, if I could only change my husband, mother, kids, boss. Don't we always want to change everybody else? Oh, we know just how they should change. Don't they see themselves? Don't they know they should change? This author, and Ellen McCauley, thinks that the only one you can change is yourself. You can change your behavior towards them. You can change how you react to things. It's hard to change people. You think if you say to someone, you need to lose weight, you think they're going to go, oh my gosh, I had no idea. Thank you for calling that to my attention. I'm going to change tomorrow. No, they're not. We need to communicate. If someone is affecting our weight loss, if they are affecting it, what we need to say is, I love you, Bob. You mean the world to me. And I know it's our anniversary. And that box of chocolates, I'm making this up. And that box of chocolates, I know you meant it to be kind. I want you to know I appreciate the thought, but I'm taking it into work. And you know, I have my eye on a Fitbit, and I point here because that's where my Fitbit is, right here, and I don't lose it. I have a Fitbit in mind at Walmart. Would you mind picking me that up for our anniversary? I love you. It's all in the approach. It's all how you say it. You don't sit there and eat the chocolate. What can I do? My husband bought it. I had to eat it. Did ya? Did he also have a revolver in his hand going, eat that chocolate? If you love me, you'll eat it. You need to confidently and calmly. I always say it's all in the approach. You go up to someone and say, this is what you're going to do. And the first thing there, I was like, really? You think I'm going to do that? And you go, oh my gosh, how are you? It's so important. Do you think you'd mind? Thank you. Awesome. You got to be sincere. You got to mean it. Approach. Let's talk about self-awareness. How often, and you see it at work especially, the people who complain about how much work they have to do are usually the people not doing any work. Have you ever noticed that? Because the people who are really busy doing their work don't have time to complain about all the work they have to do. Are we going to change them? No. Are we going to change ourselves? Yes. One of the things I'm going to talk about a lot tonight is the payoff. And I mentioned to a few people at the scale. Some people have, want to lose weight, and I say to them, when you weigh a certain amount, how do you feel? Fabulous. That's got to be the payoff. Laying on the couch, watching TV has a payoff. Feels good, you're sitting there, you're watching TV, you're thinking of taking a walk, you go, The payoff for taking the walk has got to be just as good as the payoff for laying on the couch. And you're going to say, I could never do that. We're going to talk about it. It has to be about change. And there are doctors, not in this room of course, but who will tell you that they can say to people, if you do not lose weight, you're going to die. You've got adult onset diabetes, you've got high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and the doctor's thinking, I did my job. I told them if they don't lose weight, they're going to die. That doesn't even make people have the payoff. You think, I want to live, but then you get into this feeling of hopelessness and I can't do this. We're going to talk about hope and hopelessness next week. We need to have lasting changes, and we can only change ourselves, so we need to be self-aware. While we're having that self-love and self-esteem, sometimes I am so right about something, so right. But I know that being right isn't going to make anyone else happy because they're going to be upset about it. So sometimes you can just be right in your body and go ahead and do something and not be so concerned. All right. All right, you can be not so concerned about, what was I just talking about? I got diverted, which I've never done on the blog. Okay, we're talking about self-awareness, taking a look at our lives and seeing what's not working for us, and then talking to other people. So you could say to someone, are you aware that when you do this, it's very hurtful? They might not be aware, it might help, but I always say, if it's hurtful, is it killing you? One of the things I'm trying to learn at this ripe old age is the payoff making a big deal going to be worth it? You know, on a personal level, you know, someone wanted to come and see me, and they wanted to bring someone else. And I really don't care for this someone else. So I'm thinking, well, I want to see that person, but I don't want to see that someone else, and blah, blah, blah. Instead, I said, you know what? I'm going to re-look at this someone else and see, you know, maybe I've missed some things. Maybe there's things about that someone else that I haven't given the benefit of the doubt. We had a wonderful time. I rethought the whole thing. We need to sometimes look at things and see what the payoff is. What's the payoff for thinking, I never liked them and staying that way? If you're going to have a habit change, some people say 21 days. Some people say 40 days. Some people say 60. I say one little thing at a time. Told the story before about mayonnaise. Loved it. This thick. Tomatoes, mayonnaise, bread. I do not care for mayonnaise now. I never eat it. Never. I don't care for it. Did it take me 21 days? 40? 60? I don't know. It took me a while. I stayed away from it, and now I don't care for it. Do I miss it? Do I pine away? Do I lay on my couch going, if only I could have mayonnaise? I don't care about it. That's what a true ingrained change is. If you're saying, I'm going to change and never eat chocolate, I'm not going to eat chocolate, and then you're laying on the couch going, I'd kill for a Hershey's Kiss right now. The payoff has to be, you know, I like chocolate in moderation. On a Friday night, I'm going to have a candy bar. I'm going to work my way off. You need to know what you can change. And it doesn't mean you have to give something up. If you like pizza, next week we're also going to talk about hot dogs. Because did I ever say hot dogs was a diet food? I don't remember. Did I ever give out a book on the hot dog diet? Because this group must have had a gazillion hot dogs over the past 2 weeks. And you're like, Ellen, it's summer. Someone said that to me, Ellen, it's summer. I went, oh my gosh. Is that a rule? Summer equals hot dogs? I didn't know. And here's something else. Hang in there. Change doesn't come overnight. I've been doing this for 5.5 years. A lot of the changes I've made have been done over time, and it's something that I've learned. It's something that I prefer now. I'm going to stop right there, Bob.